Alrighty, guys, what's going on? Welcome to episode 164 of the Michael Lab Show. Jesus Christ, man. I am, this is the third attempt on this episode. The first attempt, my laptop just shut off. It just stopped working. It looks like it's fine now. It just stopped working. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I didn't actually start the podcast. I just started recording, and I didn't start talking because I was waiting for the laptop to just come back on. Like, it shut down. It shuts down like once every month for like 2 seconds, and then it comes back on, and then it shuts off again like next month. But this time it shut off for like a solid 10 minutes, and I was getting pissed. And I've had not a rough week, but just a long week. It's that time of the year again, man. It's the weather outside. It's the shortness of the days. It's being in school. It's like I'm just feeling angry, man. You know what I mean? You just those days, those weeks where you're just feeling a little bit more rough around the edges. On top of that, so that first attempt fails, right? I didn't do well. It didn't do well. I didn't even start talking, so that made me mad. And then I went ahead and I started the second time, and I got about 10 minutes into it, and my dog literally barked from the 7-minute timestamp to the 10-minute timestamp. And I tried as hard as I possibly could to not stop the podcast and go down and throw her out of the house. That it was the most annoying thing in the world. And she doesn't bark at anything important. We live in a neighborhood where nobody breaks in. We live in a neighborhood where nobody's violent. We live in a neighborhood where the idea of having a protection dog, you don't need a real dog. You could have a stuffed animal that you just put on the front step, and people would be scared to walk into the house. There's no reason to have this massive 80-pound, huge black German Shepherd that just barks all day long. Dude, I was so upset. And I understand it's an energy thing. You got to take care of her. But Jesus Christ, man, she would not shut up. She would not stop barking. And it made me so upset because I'm over here trying so hard to focus. But when you have a dog that's just losing its mind over nothing, it's nearly impossible. It's nearly impossible to focus on anything that you're trying to do. So, now that we're 3 minutes into this episode, hopefully I can actually talk. Hopefully I can actually get points across that I want to. First thing I want to talk about is thank you. So if you guys are on YouTube, if you guys watch my podcast on YouTube, you might have noticed that you were not able to like or dislike my last podcast. And I don't know why that is. Sorry. I don't know what YouTube did. I don't know why they did what they did, but it looks like the title I used and the stuff I talked about in the last podcast, I talked about GameStop, and that podcast came out, the first, the second, I don't know, who cares? I think the second of February, and I put it out, and it was about I talked a little bit about the GameStop chaos that happened, right? I didn't talk too much about it. I just talked a little bit about it. I didn't get too much into it. But I did. I brought up a few points, and I don't know what YouTube is trying to do. Let me check. I don't have any assignments due in an hour because that would suck, man. I'm trying so hard to just get school over with right now. What's today? Today's the 3rd. Nothing's due today. I didn't think so. I'm a hard-working student, man. I pay attention and I work hard in school. I care about my education, man. What was I bitching about? I was complaining about something. I don't know what I was complaining about. I want to go through here real quick. I don't know what I was saying. It probably wasn't that important though. So let me go back here. Let me go back to the early days of the podcast, back in 2019. Maybe even farther than that, man. Let's go back even farther than that. Actually, I don't. That might be as far back as it goes. Oh no, it's not because that's 2020, you idiot. 2019. That's what we want. 2019, man. Boom. There we go. I want to give a big shout out to a few countries here. A few countries that I never thought a day in my life where someone would sit down and listen to my show. So I want to give a big shout out to Russia, especially the country, the place in Russia called Tula. Tula, Russia. Let's see what Tula, Russia is known for. Tula, Russia is in western Russia. It's home to the Tula Kremlin, a 16th century stone fortress encompassing towers, cathedrals, and a 19th century shopping arcade. The Tula State Museum of Weapons has a vast collection of guns and army memorabilia. The Samovar Museum explores the history of the ornate tea urn, a Tula specialty. To the southwest is Yasnaha Polyana, a museum in the former home of writer Leo Tolstoy. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. It was the home of the great Leo Tolstoy, the great Russian artist, the great Russian writer who wrote amazing books, such as, I don't know what he wrote. What did he write? See what he wrote. I've read some of his books, but I cannot recall what books he read. He wrote books like War and Peace, Anna Karenina, The Death of Ivan Ilyak, Resurrection, Childhood, The Kingdom of God is with a Confession. It was getting Boyhood. That looks like a cool one. That my accent was getting very Irish. It went from very Russian to Irish. War and Peace. I tried to read that book. I couldn't finish it, man. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry, Leo. I just could not finish your book. But shout out to Tula, Russia. I don't know what's going on in Russia. It looks like the whole country's up in arms right now, and it looks like there's good reason. Vladimir Putin is he's a dictator, right? I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that out loud. But Leo Tolstoy, it looks like there's only one building there. It looks like there's one castle there. And it's got the little dome things on the top. But shout out to you guys. You guys are my first listeners in Russia. I thought that was super cool. I didn't know you guys were even allowed to listen to podcasts like that. I had no idea. I'm such an ignorant American. We don't know anything. I don't know anything. It's all about America, and that's it. It's all about America. Anything else, it means nothing to me. Let's look at what this Tula Kremlin. I just embarrass myself on this podcast. That's all I do. I just embarrass myself on this podcast. There's nothing else about this podcast. The fortress in Tula is a central area of European part of Russia. Monument of the 16th century. There are two cathedrals inside the Kremlin: Assumption Cathedral, Epiphany Cathedral. That's cool. It's currently closed. Pretty cool, man. So shout out to you guys. What else? What other cool country listens to my podcast? Where are you from? Where are you guys from? Let's see what's going on in Egypt. ALQAH. ALQUH. LQAHI. QAHI. Kalia? IRAH. Oh, that's I think that's Cairo. Egypt. Yep. I think it yep. Okay, never mind. So it's just Cairo. Nothing big deal. Shout out to Cairo, man. You guys are awesome. Is Cairo a safe place? Despite a rise in petty crime following the 2011 revolution, Cairo is still a pretty safe city with crime rates likely much lower than where you're visiting from. For female visitors, sexual harassment continues to be a problem. So don't go there if you're female. You won't catch me in Cairo anytime soon. I'll tell you that much. I don't know. But there's people that listen to me there, which is kind of cool, man. Not a lot of guys, just like one or two people. South Korea, that's another cool place, man. What's up with the South Korea, the non-dictator Korea? I don't know. It doesn't pull up the map for me. So screw you guys. We're not going to talk about you guys. But let's see Ghana. There's people in Ghana that listen to like all of my episodes. I cannot like. It's a Greater Accra region. Why is Accra called Greater Accra? How many districts are in Greater Accra? What is it famous for? Ghana's port city of Accra is a commercial hub of the country. It is also Ghana's most populated city and the seat of its government. So it's the capital. Holy crap, I'm going to spell that. The university's there, man. That's exciting. I wonder if it's just a bunch of college students. I wonder if it's Ghananese people who listen to it, or if it's just Americans who are studying abroad. Would be fascinating. I didn't think about that. I wonder if there's just a lot of people who are studying abroad. I listen to my show. I don't know. What else? They have Labadi Beach. Let's look at this place. Labadi Beach. It looks beautiful. Who's the owner of Labadi Beach? Ladra Abraham. I need to get a link to him, man. There she goes. She's barking again. Thank God she's barking again. They let you walk horses on the beach. Imagine that. You're just swimming in the water. Holy crap, there's a lot of people. How much does it cost to go there? Resort. It's probably not that much. $201. Check availability. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if I want to go there. Let's see. I want to go there March. I don't know. Let's say March 8th to the 15th. Done, boy. 2 people. $205 a night. It's not bad. How much does it cost to go to Disney World? Disney World Resort. Disney World Resorts. The World Dolphin Resort. Disney's Pop Century Resorts. Animal Kingdom Lodge. Yeah, let's go there. That looks cool. The Animal Kingdom Lodge. Check availability. So $205 for the Labadi Beach in Ghana. Let's see how much. What? They don't tell me the pricing? What are you doing? Polynesian Village Resort. Margarita. It's okay. World Dolphin. Oh, that's not much. $165 a night. So it costs a lot more. Dude, the Disney Animal Kingdom Lodge looks awesome. Disney Animal Kingdom Lodge. I've only been there one time. I would love to go to Disney World again. I really would. The place is super cool. I remember going there one time. I just loved it. They have giraffes just walking around in the backyard. Whoa. You can like go inside. Like the lobby is just a bunch of like cool, like, oh my God, the backyard is like the zebras. Dude, that is so cool. Big ass Christmas tree. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Disney knows how to do it right. Disney's got that money too, man. Yo, Mickey Mouse brings in billions of dollars. Mickey Mouse made a lot of people rich. Mickey Mouse brought in a lot of money. What else we got here? Colombia. Cocaine. Colombia. Let's see where in Colombia. Caldas, Colombia. Oh, I think that's a place that makes all the guns. Caldas, Colombia. All right, maybe. I don't know. 1 million people, 998,000 people. I think that was a place where the lady who does that movie Tracked was she was there and she was transporting cocaine with the peoples. I think so. Trapped. I don't know. Shout out to Colombia. You guys show me love. Peru, Argentina, cool places. Morocco, pretty cool. Portugal, Switzerland, Finland, all those exotic places. Thailand, Malaysia, the Philippines, Malaysia. That's cool. Whoa, Kuala Lumpur. Oh, it's the capital of Malaysia. 1.8 million people. beautiful. Oh, that's the place with the skyscrapers with the little gap in the middle where people try to like jump off and skydive and shit. That's cool. Yes, a shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for showing me so much love, international love. I never thought that I would get international love on a podcast. That's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy to think about. You know what else is crazy to think about is that currently right now in this country, there's something called marijuana. This marijuana is something that most people enjoy. Adults enjoy. People who have jobs, good jobs, enjoy. People who don't do anything all day. They smoke weed, and that's what they do. It doesn't make them a pothead, but it makes them a weed smoker, which doesn't make them a bad person, though. But in this country, we have a long history of criminalizing and demeaning and segregating people who do consume marijuana, right? We've built institutions off of marijuana. We've created the prison system off the backs of marijuana. We've created so many jobs for people. We've created investment opportunities for young, let's just say it the way it is, young African-American men's lives, and we've just ruined people's, ripped their families apart over this idea that marijuana should be illegal. It should be against the law. It's bad. It's the devil's drug. I don't know. I don't know the nonsense that goes into it. But all I do know is that 5 years ago, if you got caught with marijuana, you were going to jail. 20 years ago, if you got caught with marijuana, you were going to jail for a long time. 30 years ago, it's a crime. It's a crime. It's a serious crime. It's a bad thing. It's ruined people. It's people spending life in prison for marijuana. Are there people in prison for life due to weed? Top nonviolent marijuana life sentences cases. What the heck? Go away. What is this? Let me just pull up a random one. See, some of these people look wild. All right, let's pull up my boy Michael Pelletier. Michael Pelletier is also sitting in federal prison serving a sentence of life without parole and has been a wheelchair-bound paraplegic since the age of 11. Prosecutors who press reports that came out around the time of his arrest made him out to be a kingpin in a drug ring that was making billions of dollars, but that case was vastly exaggerated. Pelletier's run-in with marijuana began when he was 14 and started treating his physical and psychological symptoms of his paraplegia with the therapeutic benefits of cannabis. He only purchased enough to be able to treat the symptoms of pain, spasticity, and more for his personal use. He bought from a man who lied under oath and admitted to transporting drugs, which put Pelletier in the middle of the madness. Pelletier was a cog in a conspiracy. The group put marijuana in backpacks in Canada and swam across the St. Johns River to Maine. Even though it was proven that the co-conspirators were lying under oath, Pelletier received the highest sentence, life without parole. The judge refused to listen to Pelletier's background and instead turned the words of liars to send him behind bars. Michael Pelletier was charged with conspiracy and went to trial. Damn. God. Ismail Lira was another first-time offender who was sentenced to life for his distribution of marijuana. As of right now, Lira is working on commuting his federal sentence, even though he was originally denied doing so under President Barack Obama. He has discovered that there are a few options for legal recourse. Pharrell Scott received a sentence to life in prison for possession and conspiracy to distribute marijuana. Because he felt that the sentence being given was ludicrous given the circumstances, Scott moved forward to appeal President Obama for clemency. He found that his bid has been denied through an email that a friend received. That's crazy, man. There's people spending life in prison right now for marijuana. Oh, excuse me, guys. That was disgusting. That was a big nose blow. But anyways, so it's very fascinating what's happening right now with marijuana. If you just look up marijuana right now, you will see a lot of stuff. There's still a lot of news articles popping up left and right. Democratic Senate leaders announced steps to federally legalize marijuana. Democratic senators will push it past pot reforms bill this year. Um, recreational bill is back to Minnesota Capitol. Top Senate Democrats said we will legalize marijuana. So it's just weird to see that at a time where people are still sitting in prison. And this is one of the things that I am very, very passionate about. Marijuana is one of those things where I don't see a reason why it should be illegal. I don't see any argument that marijuana should not be 100% legal in this country. I don't see it. All I see are positive benefits of it. Crime being reduced, people's anxiety and depression being reduced, people being happier, nicer, and kinder to people. And I do see the other side when it comes to the potential side effects of marijuana. When it comes to the possibility of schizophrenia popping up from marijuana. When if you do have a certain personality trait, it could emphasize it, such as being lazy, or you could just stop working, and then that leads you to a life. Then your life slowly starts falling apart. You stop working hard. You stop fixing yourself. Stop, whatever it takes to become a better person. You might stop doing that, and I do see that, but it's one of those things, and it's quickly in my head. It's quickly reversed because as long as certain things are legal, such as alcohol, pretty much alcohol, and honestly, the sugar that's put into food. If these things are legal, cigarettes, as long as those are legal, I don't see a reason why marijuana should be illegal. The reason why marijuana is illegal is because it's been racialized. It's been emphasized as a racial thing, to keep certain people out of the spotlight, to keep them behind bars, to keep people in prison so the prison can keep profiting. And it's one of the saddest things in the world. And the thing that sucks even most is that people like myself are profiting off the legalization of marijuana, which I think is better than profiting off the legalization of keeping marijuana illegal. But because the feds and because all these people are talking about making marijuana fully legal, there's been a huge uptick in marijuana trades on the market. So lately, I don't know if you guys have been following, but one of the first big stock market marijuana stocks, there was a huge pharmaceutical company called Jazz Pharmaceuticals that went ahead. They're out of Philadelphia. They went ahead and they acquired GW Pharma for $7.2 billion in cash in stock. The GW sourced 46% pre-market. And I don't know exactly what this could mean for marijuana, but to me, this is something it's been waiting to happen for a long time. I've been waiting for this to shoot up. I've been waiting for pharmaceutical companies to step in and acquire these huge marijuana companies, and it's starting to happen. I think with Jazz, so they've been looking at it for a while. I think with this happening is going to change the game. I think marijuana has the biggest upside out of most things, out of most drugs. I think it could be used to save so many people, to help so many people. And if it becomes legalized, which I'm pretty sure it will become legalized within the next 2 years, because midterm elections come up every 2 years. So in 2023, there will be midterm elections. And there's a possibility that the House, I think it's the House will be up at that time, could flip red, or the Senate. I don't know. But if it flips red, then I'm sure marijuana won't be legalized, right? If it's something that the Democrats are very, very strong on. They're very strong on legalization of marijuana, which is something I'm also very, very strong on, is legalization of marijuana. So I think there's a certain pressure right now to make sure that happens sooner than later. So if you're somebody like me and you are in the market and you don't really know what to buy, something that I've noticed that's helped me a lot is I went ahead and bought about 74 shares of an ETF that tracks marijuana companies. It's called THCX. Um, THCX, and I can tell you what it tracks right here. I think I might have told you guys about this before, but especially now, I'm telling all my friends to get into it now because it's going to be a company that it will blow up, and when it blows up, it will be, it will make a lot of people a lot of money very quick. So they own Grow Generation. No, not that. What is it? GW Pharmaceuticals makes up 4.6% of their holdings, and that is a company that just got bought out, right? So their top holdings are Afria, 8.7%, Tilray, 7.6%, Canopy, 7.05%, Grow Generation, which is a company that I'm super fascinating in. That company is, if I were to Grown Generation, if there was a company that I would invest in, it would be Grown Generation. Because I think what they're doing is they are like a gas station for weed. I think that's what they are. It says a farm supplies company. Let me go ahead and go to the website. Grow Generation is your one-stop shop for hydroponic grow supplies, products, systems, and more. For propagation to harvest, we have everything you need for your special garden. We offer the best deals and discounts on the best grow products on the market. Grow Generation serves customers across the nation, carries a wide inventory of renowned cultivation brands. It's an industry leader in commercial sale and large-scale growth design. The Grow Generation commercial team is armed with industry-leading professional consultants. For all your cultivation needs. Okay, yep. So they basically provide you with everything you need to grow marijuana. And I think there's going to be a huge industry out there, the same way that there's an industry out there for people who grow their own plants. I think there's going to be the equivalent thing for people who grow their own marijuana. I don't know. I think. I could be wrong on that. Cloning machines. What the hell? They're like the Amazon of weed. Whoa. Cloning machines. That's wild. But yeah, they're called THCX. There's also another one called MJ, which is also a decent ETF. They basically track the same companies. MJ just holds different, or they both just hold different percentages of what they hold on each stock. But I think that's going to be a super fascinating company. Those ETFs are going to be ETFs that I think are going to go for a long time. What else? Oh, yeah, Amazon. Did you guys see that Jeff Bezos went ahead and stepped down? I found that super fascinating. I personally believe the reason why Jeff Bezos went ahead and removed himself as CEO of Amazon, in my personal opinion, was due to the fact that I think he is starting to realize that what the next wave is, what the next huge market is going to be space, right? It's going to be space travel. It's going to be flying to the moon. It's going to be flying to Mars, whatever flying new satellites, anything like that. Anything that involves space is going to be the next thing. And he owns Blue Origin, right? But he also owns Amazon. And Amazon, he's spent so much time. I think 27 years he's owned it. So since 2014, that's a long time. Or no, 1994, he's owned Amazon. And he went ahead and blew it up to the biggest business of all time. They just blew out the biggest quarter sales. They beat Apple. They literally had the biggest quarter in the history of capitalism. I think he's stepping down to spend more time with Blue Origin. I really do. I think that's what he's trying to do. It's going to be him, Elon Musk, and the guy who does Virgin Galactics. What's his name? Eric Bronson? No, not Eric Bronson. Virgin Galactics. There we go. Richard Branson. I think it's going to be those three guys that are going to try to get to space. So I think he's spending more time with them. So that's where I think he's going. It's just fascinating to see how the market didn't really react in a dangerous in a negative way. They kind of just went on with their day. What else is going on? Golden Globes run by Netflix. Shocker. Damn, Call of Duty banned 60,000 cheaters. When I played Call of Duty, there was no banning. You just went crazy. Huawei's got a new phone. I don't know. Not too much is happening in the news lately. But that's it, guys. I'm not going to hold you guys up too long if I'm just ranting. I don't want to waste anybody's time out there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Just a quick little episode. Get you to work, get you wherever you need to go. Rough start at the beginning. I was angry at the dog. I was mad. Don't like getting angry. But I have class here, so I got to prepare for that. School is important still to me, I guess. I don't know. Not really, but I have to do it. And I do think some of my professors do listen to my podcast, which is kind of crazy, but it is what it is. I'm not an idiot. So when I sit in class, I sit right here on my laptop, and right behind me, there's this little piece of wood that says my brain has too many tabs open. I move it, and then there's a sign that just says Michael Last Podcast. So I I talk a lot in the class, so I have people look at that and hopefully go over and check out my podcast. I also been sending out my little QR codes everywhere, which is kind of hilarious, trying to get people to go ahead and I put one today at the a gas station in Edgewater. I think it was Exxon. It cost me $1.50 to fill up my tire. I need to just get a new tire. That's my fault at this point. But I went ahead and put 2 QR codes there so people can scan it and check out the podcast, which would be hilarious. I'm waiting for someone to see the podcast and just trash it after they see the QR code. What is this? Why are you littering, you freaking idiot? What are you doing? But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I'll catch you guys in episode 165 of the show with me, Michael Last. Peace out. See you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. See ya.